starting up. All right. I would do testing on this recording thing, but I'm just going to hope and trust that it's actually recording. Pinchy, if you want to come back in, he can come back in. It say stop share, but I am recording. Let me see how I can stop my recording. Hide video panel, no. Optimize for screen sharing, boom. All right. Everything's up. This should be on the screen. This should be on the screen right now. I'm going to run to the bathroom and let's go.
It's Toby.
Yo. Welcome back. Here we are again. No niggas got to do it for the love because we had a whole show that was already done.
Trying to tell you.
40 good minutes for y'all asses. And here we are again. Like it never even fucking happened.
Trying to tell you, boy.
Lord, okay. I'm going to flip back to Google. Matter of fact, we want to talk. We started off with music. We can start there again. Before I get too deep in, I want to shout out to Fangs. If y'all see his YouTube right now, I hope it's showing his YouTube right now.
Yeah, it's showing.
But you see what I've been listening to so far. It just came out, Sweet Nothings 2. I'll give a better breakdown after I can listen to the whole thing. It's like 18 tracks. 18, 19 tracks. But Pinchy is my dog Pinchy really rocked with him, and I just wanted to give him that shout before we got too deep into everything. Got these together.
I gotta listen to that shit. That shit just sound hard. Trap Skywalker.
Okay, so you do see what I'm saying. Okay, yeah. His shit came out. It was like three tracks, and I really rock with my boy. Anytime he puts something out, I'm always put it up. Probably give you my favorites when I come back, like on Tuesday. But for anybody on this motherfucker, Trap Skywalker, it's just the consistency of my dog, Trappy. He's just gonna keep being consistent.
Y'all niggas must think I suck at rapping. Y'all niggas ain't called me one side. Look, we go get this shit credit.
Nah, I never said that. Fat Trail, we ran through this the first time. We don't have to spend too much on it. I know you said you listened to it. You give us a track or two you fuck with. Give us 2 tracks you really like.
I really only got one, so I'm gonna go with Legend.
Legend? Okay.
First track off the album, so yeah.
What about your boy right here, Mr. Alcina?
Yeah, I don't know, but look, I'm giving him NOLA, and I'm giving him Deliverance.
Okay. I can get with that. Let me go on. IDK, like I said.
That's you. Most definitely that's you.
Yep. It was Riley, and what's my other one that I had off there? Bulletproof, Mazel Tov, which was already out. Okay. And then, Lord, 6 Pigs high. This whole thing was bang, nigga. Know my right with Lil Baby. They came out the video, like I said. All right. Just black. This will pacify us till fucking October. I give him October.
This gonna rock till at least January, bro.
No.
Bro, look, cause think about it. This is what's gonna happen. It's gonna be 1 or 2 songs on there that's gonna make it on TikTok. You get what I'm saying? It's gonna make it on TikTok and it's gonna blow up. But it's gonna take about 2-3 months to do that. And then it's gonna run for about 6-7 months. You know what I'm saying? But so if that's the case, we looking at like February, March.
We're gonna see. We're gonna see. I really respect that guy. The artistry. I don't know why it sounds like a fucking hurricane. Some shit outside. Let me with my new shit. With my girl at? Where's she at? Man, it sounds like these niggas really fighting. Like,
First of all, I'd like to say good evening. And we're so pleased that so many of you could come out and share in all the love and all the happiness.
rest in power, Betty White. Man, shit back.
Yeah, that's crazy. I never knew. Like a lot of these older songs, I just never knew who sung them, but I damn sure know them.
Yeah.
I damn sure know them. Like, yo, I did not know. What is that song? And they play it on black radio stations all the time, but the dude is white.
What you won't do?
Yeah. You for love. You tried everything, but you won't get it wrong. Did not know bro was white.
Yeah, that's that's that was one who what's his name did a story on that. I forget his name right now. He did a story it was like a Facebook video that went around. Man, I did not know this man was white, but yep, that's it. That's true. Next, I'm gonna keep skimming on through. Let's move. Can you see? You can see everything on my screen, right? All right. So can you see the Hurricane Chris?
Yep.
All right. Basically, his situation was, he was in L.A. He was involved in a shooting that left a man dead at the gas station. He claims that this all happened in self-defense, but of course, we're not. Oh, here we go. Bringing them in.
Yo. Y'all can hear me?
Yeah. If I responded, nigga, that mean I can hear you.
Shut your ugly ass up, bro. I can't see me.
You can't see you.
I can't see myself.
You can't see yourself. We all in.
I see your ugly ass.
We all in here.
All right, you can see me though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got my background on.
Yeah.
All right, lower my background on. I can't see.
Right.
All right, you got it.
We lit. Y'all can see the screen though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see the screen.
Hurricane Chris.
Which y'all boys on here looking at some goddamn cowboy wear? What the hell this is?
No, nigga. It's
this story.
Oh, the story about Hurricane Chris?
Yeah, man. And he said it was in self-defense. $500,000 bond.
I just didn't know the nigga had 500 bands on.
I ain't know that, man. I ain't know the boy had that too. I said my boy's still out here doing the motherfucking thing. If he had that on standby.
I'm trying to
on standby. Them folks gave him that money, bro.
What? Oh.
You know that boy Hurricane Chris ain't got no motherfucking 500. He do a 500.
Hello world.
Y'all see him?
I'm sure you got the
Big forehead ass nigga.
I was involved in a very unfortunate incident on Friday morning. A very unfortunate incident.
Nigga.
I want to thank everybody who's been praying for the family of the deceased.
He out and he can fight.
Everybody who's been praying for my family.
I don't know where it all happened, but
after a good, thorough investigation, my name will be cleared.
From the other side.
Let God work.
Will be cleared.
Watch God work. God bless.
3 years later.
Like, bro, he look like he ain't been on Instagram never before.
I'm trying to tell you.
Bro, on that motherfucker talking about, my name will be clear. Everything will be okay. It's all good. Hey, baby.
y'all see the Wale tweets?
Hell yeah.
What are you talking about?
He was talking
about he got blackballed.
He said he blackballed his managers do the bare minimum. His label, they don't be supporting his music like they say. He talked, he listed his last couple of projects he put out, and then he was saying how he had to beg the niggas to shoot a music video for him. And from aspect, I do wonder sometimes, how I feel to go in there with these different ideas to your label, and they like, that ain't it, bro.
That's why we niggas don't do labels no more, bro. Labels is canceled, bro. They canceled from this point forward. Like, come on now, we're not signing no label deals, bro.
Yeah,
because people want to be in control of their music for the rest of their life.
They want to own their masters and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, when you own your shit, you get all the money type shit. You know what I'm saying? So you don't
look at like Russ.
Huh?
Look at people like Russ. You see what he?
Yeah.
That's really what he getting off his, because he independent. He own all this shit.
Right. And so what he did was he kept dropping like single after single after single after single, and then got down drop an album. So he explained, he was like, shit, when people.
But look though, Wale come from that era, bro. He come from that era before all of this Spotify, all this shit was going in.
You're right.
From the radio era.
So that at that era, it was working for him to be with a label. Everybody was with a label then. But now with the way things going and some of these, it's based on streams and shit now. It ain't based on nigga CD sales and shit like that. I ain't based on like that no more. So really, it's like shit, bro. He just in a bad situation. He got to get away from his label, bro. That's all it is.
Hell yeah, because like I told Greg last night, his listeners are our age group. You know what I'm saying? The young niggas ain't listening to this nigga.
They really
young niggas listening to shit you making. You get what I'm saying? The young niggas listening to that goddamn Lil Baby, goddamn Future, Thug, all them niggas.
Man, they listen to nigga like Lil Mousy, what a nigga, Lil Mosey or whatever the fuck.
Lil Mosey, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I rock with them, man.
They rocking with them type folks, you feel me?
Yeah.
So it's like
real fresh new. Them folks, you gotta realize, I was just having a conversation with Kat in the morning. You gotta realize, bro, people who was born, all the millennium babies was born in 2000, they at least 20 now. You feel me? So, like, the ones who was just a couple years before that, they like 21, 22, 23, all that good shit.
Hold on, you mean Generation Z, bro? Because we the millennials.
Or whatever the fuck.
They the generation after, like Z or something like that. Yeah, but we or X, Z or something like that. But we millennials, like our people who even like they say like kind of Wayne is on the borderline of being a millennial. It's from like up the 80s all the way down into the bottom of the 90s, and then from like 2000 and on, they label something else. So the kid that was born in 2000, they out of high school. You know what I'm saying? Like they out of school now.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to say. They out of school at this point, so it's like they is the generation of music that's out surfing and goddamn going right now.
And bro, you gotta remember that sometimes the world will try and stick you to a certain image. That's why, even though like I feel like people make their own notions about you, but the blogs, like people like me, if you know what I'm saying, as long as I keep working my page and stuff, something I post about you could actually affect how people think about you. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Even
it's
just
true.
Posting yourselves, even just being the page that posts yourselves, people could, you know what I'm saying, people don't always look at you. You can tell who people rock with and who they don't rock with. And I just feel like Wale sometimes he don't have all these, you know what I'm saying, people on his side. And people hold him to some shit he did or said like years ago, and it's like, oh, he an asshole. I ain't listening to that nigga music, and that shit whack. Yeah,
that is whack how that people hold it against you. But that's the type of shit you gotta take into consideration when you got them popping like that, man.
Yeah,
and that's the time we live in right now. So shit, you gotta accept it.
Yeah,
you gotta accept it and move with it. You feel me? They're supposed to be like. Yeah. You know you finna pop. You can't say no crazy shit on the air, man. You can't say nothing crazy to come back later on and get you. when you trying to drop your album 10 years from when you started, and these folks goddamn trying to blackball you.
The crazy thing is, it be niggas like the baby. He'll go through a whole situation, put that shit in his song, and his song still gonna sell.
What this is?
This is the Elijah McClain situation. We are, like I said, I got us a 20-minute show unless we want to come back on. You know, we can run it back up again, but I just want this show to be 20. I'm going to throw it up. And I know I wanted to speak on the Elijah McClain situation. Basically, the young man who was, it just happened like a year ago. And he was walking. He got approached by police because somebody called the police, said somebody out here, like they said, waving their hand frantically, and they have a face covering on. They got a mask on. And he wore this mask and shit over his face because he was super his skin was super sensitive because he was like anemia. I'm gonna go through here. I want to make sure I'm all right, here we go. He was returning from a store where he purchased a canned tea. When the police approached him, he was wearing a ski mask. Because he was anemic. So he would feel cold. You know what I'm saying? When you're anemic, you be cold. You don't got no blood in your body. So he anemic. He wear a mask sometimes. He was placed in a chokehold and pinned to the ground for 15 minutes. When he was pinned, they say it's allegedly, but he started to vomit and he was having trouble breathing. You know, I had the video. I hate to even play it back, but he ended up going to the hospital. And he ended up having he was in a coma and had a heart attack. He was in a coma, and then after 7 days, after a week, his family took him off. But also while he was down and when he was subdued, when they had him in a chokehold, they injected him with ketamine. And I got
what the fuck that is?
Let me find it for you. Hold up.
So I had it pulled up.
I had on my notes. All right. Can y'all see that?
Yeah.
All right. It's a powdered liquid form used usually on animals. This is not even something really supposed to be used on humans like that. It can be injected, consumed through a drink. Short and long term include increased heart and blood pressure, nausea, vomiting, numbness, depression, anesthesia, hallucinations, and potentially fatal respiratory problems. A lot of, and then look, due to the detached dreamlike state it creates, where the user finds it difficult to move, ketamine has been used as a date rape drug. You know, the Bill Cosby shit. The fill us some comments, hey, fill us some comments, yeah, hey, fill us some comments. You know, when Bill Cosby about that shit, like that's, you know, that's in the line of what this was used in a way for. And my whole thing, you listen to some of the side effects, and that's what happened to bro when they, you know, in the story, they say he was vomiting. You know, they say he was throwing.
So look, they saying that they injected him with this during the pin down.
Yeah, to subdue him. Like, you know,
listen to me, bro. That's already wrong as fuck. Since when do police start injecting shit in folks, bro? They don't know. They don't know your allergy. They don't know nothing about what you got going on. They don't know none of your personal background at all before they inject shit into you.
They've been doing it though.
It says
what the fuck? This ain't the, bro. I understand that if you in like a, what they say, like a mental institute, or if you in a hospital or hospitalized or some shit, but
when they already get you down, you know, that's already.
If you
I'm a dude on the street. Who give you the right to inject me with anything?
You feel me? You start sticking needles and shit in me. What the fuck?
If you
I could see if it was an EpiPen, and maybe, hey, don't tear us up in the fucking comments. Maybe it's something that we don't know. But like, if it's an EpiPen, I understand that. But I've never heard of just somebody just getting hit with something. You know,
I ain't never seen them looking out there like
bro. 12 been doing this shit, bro. It's not new. It's just that now, I don't even know if this is the first story to come out about it, but this shit is not new. They've been injecting niggas with shit.
That's crazy, bro. How the, you know, that's what I'm saying. Like you said, don't grill me in comments. Because I don't know necessarily that
Yeah,
that's the law or
just
somebody
give my
supposed to be
honest
doing that.
opinion on how this would sound if I heard this about any of my brothers or anybody I know. I'd be like, what?
Hold on.
Still, I want, like I did last night, I can't forget it, Jeremiah, always. Let me see. It should show. Your mom, I said, why your face is looking like that, dog? I was looking for my Breonna Taylor post. I don't think it's screen. I don't know. It may not be screen sharing. Here we go. Let me go back to this.
That's crazy, bro.
Gotta put her face up there. There she go. Still only one officer being fired. We're still waiting on the rest to be fired, charges to be filed.
It's only one officer being fired from that situation or from another situation?
I'm talking from Breonna. I'm jumping to Breonna's situation. One officer.
You got to fill me in on this too. You know, I'm being my own bumblebee.
In her situation, there was a police warrant issued for her home because they were already trying to capture somebody on the loose. Come to find out that this person was already in custody. And right now we're still trying to figure out who signed off on this warrant, this search warrant, this no-knock warrant.
Keep going, bro. I'm coming back.
It's a no-knock warrant that most people have to deal with, in this world. I know I've seen it a lot. Nigga. Just run up in your motherfucking house. So they come into her place. Her boyfriend, hears the rumbling or whatever, and nobody announces themselves. So he takes up arms to defend himself. And in the range of gunfire, they empty out like 8-10 shots into Breonna. You know what I'm saying? Killing her, her boyfriend gets arrested. Her mother comes on the scene. I heard her mother come on the Breakfast Club on the scene, and I even telling her that her child is in there dead, like her body is still in the home. Like they got her hours wondering what's going on. Oh, she at the hospital. Oh, she's not at the hospital. You know what I'm saying? You look at her report on what happened to her that night, like it's like basically blank. It's like they didn't even put nothing on it.
Fucked up.
What type of write-up is that? So justice for Breonna. McClain, George Floyd, Rashawn Brooks. I know you just came back, but we're gonna pick it up. We're gonna pick it up again in the next part. I just wanted to give a chance to address some of that stuff. It's some new stuff that just happened today. Weirdo John. I'm gonna hop on in a second. So I'm about to. Can y'all see the video?
Yeah.
All right. Running that back.
It's Toby.
Hey, bro, y'all niggas got damn. Hold on, where Pinchy go?
He left. My bad. I was muted. I'm thinking, y'all niggas, we got can't do the intro, the outro gone and shit. We still in this bitch. Like, wait. That boy Pinchy said, Darian out. I'm gonna catch him, bro, because on part 2, bro, we gotta address this weirdo. I want to go on Instagram and pull up your video. Let's here we go. This is just my page in general.
Oh yeah, but look, I seen that post. Seen that one.
Okay. Oh. We'll start fresh in a moment. Let me stop the share. Boom. And here we go. End the recording. Please, I hope this all went right, or this is another wasted edition of trying to figure out how to get this shit all going, baby. Stay tuned for next week.